All right, let's move on because we want to talk about this. It is Paulie Malignaggi, the boxer and analyst who was on Off the Brawl, our combat sports show on Saturday night. He challenged Conor McGregor to a winner-takes-all person-on-the-line boxing match, which never happens. But, you know, maybe just this one time for 100 million they could risk it all. Have a look.
There's no fight that he can make that when he makes more money than he does fighting me. The problem is he gets beat by me, you know, because at this point, why are you looking to fight Japanese featherweights for half the money than you would fighting me if you can beat me? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you trying to make fights against Japanese featherweights? You know what I'm saying? Where you're going to make half the money, if not even less than half the money than you would fighting me. You know what I'm saying? You know, you kind of have to. We need the fans and the media kind of put two and two together and make four at a certain point, you know. And I don't think they're cognizant of that or understanding that. You know, Hearn can easily put the fight together. I'm sure Heyman can easily put the fight together. Showtime has said they'd be interested in it. I don't think there's a. I don't think it's a no-brainer at this point. You know, I don't think it's any secret at this point. You know, there's money in the fight, but you know, I don't need money. I'm not going to go to mixed martial arts. He's going to box me if he fights me, and he's going to catch a bed.
Yeah. So if real talks do happen for a boxing match, it's something you'd definitely still be interested in. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. And a boxing match would be interesting. And I'd love to do a winner-take-all fight just so he'd go for free, but I don't think he'd ever agree to that. I would love to fight Conor McGregor in a winner-take-all fight in a boxing match. I absolutely would love it because I would beat him to a pulp. I would hospitalize him, and then I'd make him go home broke too. You know, and he knows it, and so it's a shame that even if the fight were to happen, I don't think he has the guts to really agree to terms like that.
Yeah. Paulie Malignaggi calling out Conor McGregor on Off the Brawl on Saturday. Everybody knows this fight could be made. It feels to me like this fight could be made at this point.
What's going on here again? Can somebody please remind me why these guys hate each other?
So Paulie Malignaggi helped Conor McGregor out by sparring with him in advance of the Floyd Mayweather fight.
Yes.
At that stage, Malignaggi is really just a pundit. He hasn't fought competitively since 2017, in fairness, was his last fight. So what is that? 03, 04. So it is March 2017.
So we're talking about the video here. We're talking about Malignaggi getting knocked down and McGregor posting the video.
Well, no, it's the picture. The picture.
Oh, the picture.
Because the video showed that it wasn't as bad as the picture looked.
So I haven't missed anything here.
No.
There hasn't been some sort of slur against Malignaggi's family or a Malignaggi slur against the Conor McGregor family.
I think things probably got a bit out of hand.
A little bit, but so basically, your mate posted an embarrassing photograph of you, and you now want to kick the shit out of that guy.
Well, your professional photographer, who you pay to make you look good, posted the photo of you looking good.
I'm sorry, that's hilarious. Like, this is clearly a hand-up rivalry, as a lot of these things are. They don't really hate each other. They can both see dollar signs, and they can see nothing else at the moment. This thing is fake. This is just a fake conflict between two people who want to get into the ring. They
would have had the fight by now. They definitely would have had the fight by now. Why would McGregor go and get his head kicked in by Khabib rather than fighting?
Because he really wanted to return to the octagon.
Somebody who he believes he can actually beat.
Because he really believed he could beat Khabib.
How much money is he going to make for this versus how much money he would make for Khabib? How much do we know really how much he made for Khabib? Was it 10 million or 15 million or 20 million? Like, that figure's never actually released, right? But the figures for the pay-per-view for this would actually be decent because then you've got the crossover appeal of the boxing fans. I'm interested in this. I don't think it's completely made up.
Boxing
I'm not
fans
interested.
care?
Yeah, I think Paulie Malignaggi has managed to talk everybody into... I actually think that Paulie Malignaggi was very pissed off and has been pissed off since the get-go.
He's a genius. He's a genius for working his way into the Conor McGregor circle. Like, it's an absolute masterstroke from Paulie Malignaggi here. The best thing that ever happened to that guy was his press photographer screwing him over.
Paulie Malignaggi will, over the course of... Actually, you know what? Over much shorter amount of time than Floyd Mayweather did in that fight, beat Conor McGregor. And he will beat him because Conor McGregor is not a very good boxer. And so this is like, of course he's going to talk himself into this fight because he's going to win it, and he's going to win it easily.
He's also going to steal all his money, apparently. He's going to send him home broke.
Winner takes all. What even is that? That makes no sense. I mean, I can understand the appeal of Floyd Mayweather, the undefeated boxer, the biggest name in boxing. I understand the appeal of getting back in with Khabib. Is, can you still do it at that level? But I don't understand why you'd want to fight Malignaggi, a lad who is basically just a training prop. He was a boxing bag while he was there. I don't understand how they think that would draw, why they think people would buy into it. If it does draw a dime, it'll be because McGregor's name's on it, nothing to do with Malignaggi.
I don't agree with that. I actually don't agree with that at all. I think that there's I think that Paulie Malignaggi is famous in the boxing world. Like, boxing fans see him fight side or ringside as part of the commentary team on some of the biggest fights. So they're like, oh, that guy. And he's fought some real people in the past. Now, he's lost to some real people in the past, but he's beaten some good names. He's been in with Amir Khan, beat him. He was in with Ricky Hatton, who also beat him. He beat Zab Judah, who is a name that people will remember from the welterweight division.
He's retired, Jerry. He's finished. I mean, is that gonna?
This is worse than the May-Mac fight in terms of a credibility for the sport. Spectacle, right?
Who cares about credibility for the sport?
Like,
what's that got to do with anything?
You're talking about real boxing fans getting on the bandwagon here in terms of pay-per-views.
And will happily pay. Like,
not sure about that. Not sure about that.
I think you can remember, Andy Lee always says, you put LeBron James in one corner, you put pick whoever you want, pick the fastest sprinter in the world, pick the best cyclist or footballer in the world, and there's a fight in the fourth corner. What are people going to watch?
Well, okay, hold on a minute.
Okay,
that's some kind of like battle royal. That's
going to watch this fight because
you put LeBron James in the corner. So what's he doing? He's just
standing there on.
He's like shooting jump shots, just standing there. Like, so
he can do whatever he wants.
LeBron James is like dunking on Kevin Durant. I'm probably going to watch that. Two guys fighting each other.
Why would they be dunking each other on the street corner?
Well, see, this is the thing. It's such a ridiculous analogy.
Okay, well, it actually isn't. It makes perfect sense. People will watch a fight.
No,
people are drawn to fights.
I will watch LeBron James 10 times out of 10 rather than watch Paulie Malignaggi fight Conor McGregor. I can't even say his name anymore because I'm so exercised about this.
It's ridiculous. Like, Malignaggi has grabbed onto McGregor's coattails and he will not let go until he gets some kind of fight.
But to say that that's like the best of all the sporting spectacles you can possibly put together is McGregor versus Malignaggi is a ridiculous point.
That's the least interesting fight.
You said if you have these four things in the corner, you're going to pick the fight.
People standing
there.
The
standard of that fight matters.
No, it doesn't. It actually
does.
It could be a fight outside of bad chippers in a provincial Irish town, and everybody gathers around to watch it.
If LeBron James is outside the same chipper, I'm looking at whatever LeBron James is doing. Of course I am.
I mean, you really aren't. Because he's walking over to see the fight. That's how that works. He's getting off his corner and going, oh, there's a fight over there, I want to watch it.
This got ridiculous.
Well, I think that maybe, maybe went over your head a bit.
I legitimately hope that we do see LeBron James with a spice bag.
Do you really not think that anybody's going to watch this fight? Is that what you're saying? You're saying nobody's going to watch Paulie Malignaggi fights Conor McGregor, is not going to do business, not going to make money.
It will make decent business because Conor McGregor is extraordinarily famous. I think that there will be a number of boxing fans who will say that this is another shame on the sport and shouldn't be happening, and I will certainly not be putting them, and they would certainly not be putting their money towards it.
It's not a great metric for success, though, whether or not people watch it. Like, people watch Air Crash Investigation at 2 a.m. It doesn't mean that they're really interested in aviation or air crashes.
Yeah, but hundreds of millions will be spent on people buying the right to watch this.
I doubt it.
Do you?
Yeah.
You think it would be an unsuccessful fight?
Hundreds of millions from Malignaggi McGregor.
Yeah, I think that it would gross it would gross 200 million.
What did Mayweather McGregor gross?
What?
What did Mayweather McGregor gross?
I don't know.
Because I would say this would be half of that.
Yeah, but that's like
a lot. Like even less than half of that. I just really, I think you can't just say Conor McGregor boxes, therefore does similar numbers. You've got to factor in the Floyd Mayweather element to that fight.
And you've got to factor in that Paulie Malignaggi has managed to talk us into this. I genuinely believe they don't like each other.
Talk you into it.
Well, yeah. 300
Bit of a
million.
sheep there.
Mayweather earned 300 million from the McGregor fight. McGregor earned 100 million, so that's 400 million for them. You've got to assume that there's another 400 million floating around. So this fight's going to get made, and I can't wait to see it. Paulie Malignaggi's going to win. That's my prediction.
Comfortably. Is he going to hospitalise Conor McGregor, as he says?
Well, I mean, most boxers go to hospital afterwards for a checkup anyway. So.
Pedantic Pete over here.
Loser leaves town. Winner takes all. I'm going to take your family. I'm going to take your money.
Winner takes all is not that unusual. Like, there was a great period in boxing history where the winner would take all. That was the whole point of the prize fights. You put up the prize and the winner takes the prize. The whole notion that, like, the defending champ, because he's got the belt, gets to have more money is actually bollocks. Like, you can lose the fight and make the most money.
Yeah, it's like a parachute payment.
It makes no sense. Darren.
Manchester City have cut Liverpool's lead at the top of the Premier League down to 4 points this morning. Gabriel Hayes